opinion, having played VMI, how about impressions of the Keydets, just in general? School, team, whatever.
We have a lot of respect for their school and their student athletes, knowing what they go through with the military stuff. We don't do that here, so we have a lot of respect for them. Team, they have a tough team. We know what they can do, and so.
How much different is what they do on offense in the personnel from what you guys played last year? Is it pretty much the same, or have you noticed some differences?
With VMI, it's pretty much the same. They don't do a lot of tricky things with their offense, not a lot of motions or anything like that. So it's just straightforward. It's pretty much the same as last year.
Would you guys rather get the wheels moving with a team that's historically struggled like VMI or an FCS opponent or something like that, and then play a BCS team down the road, or would you rather open with a BCS team in your opener?
We're not really looking past VMI as being a weak team that we can start the season off strong with. We're just basically just looking straight at them. We're not looking down the road with the BCS teams like NC State or anything like that. VMI is a good team. It doesn't show really on paper, but they're a good team, and we're not looking past them.
What do you think about that?
It's kind of the same thing Aaron said. We're not looking past them, but it is nice getting the wheels going and having a couple games under our belt going into a big game like that.
Nick, as a unit in the offensive line, how much further along are you guys this year? A, because all of you are back, and B, because you have a full calendar year to understand what Coach Rocco and his staff expect out of you.
I definitely think we're a lot further than we were last year. Last year there were a lot of questions because the offensive line the previous year we struggled a lot, and so we didn't know what was going on really last year, how successful we'd be, and so this year we know how good we can be and even better.
Both of you guys expand on that. It just seems like this has been a very comfortable camp. I mean, you've worked hard. You've gotten a lot in, but from a coaching perspective, to have the same coaches leading you this year as last year, because that obviously hasn't been the case here in previous years, how comfortable you guys feel with your surroundings and leadership? Both of you.
We feel real comfortable having the same coach. As you know, Nick and I had 3 coaches our freshman year, so having the same coach, doing the same things from last training camp to this training camp, being around the same guys, it's helped a lot. Definitely gives us more confidence into starting off the season.
And it's good knowing what to expect for training camp. Last year's training camp was a real nerve-wracking. Didn't know what to expect going in. And this year we were able to find a rhythm and kind of know what to expect with it.
Did you guys notice a difference between last year's camp and this year's camp when it comes to confidence and just kind of swag around the locker room and around the field?
Definitely. Last year, we were learning a new system, getting the hang of things, getting to know like what the coaches were looking from us. Especially this year, we've been around this. We already know the system, so it's just getting back into the swing of things.
I have to agree with Aaron. It was just kind of getting back to where we left off last year and last spring. So we all knew what we were doing this time.
How much has that afternoon in the theater last November been brought up since then, when you guys all gathered for the playoff announcement and then were told the bad news by Coach Rocco? How much, is it every day somebody mentions it? Is it every week? Is it not talked about?
Well, at least with the O-line, we have a set of shoulder pads with a big chip on the shoulder, and it's kind of a big reminder for us what happened.
For us, it's pretty much talked about all the time. still mad about that, and that's been our motivation since that day in the theater until now, and it will continue to be our motivation this whole season.